All right, it's been a couple days since I finished the die for cutting the length of the springs. That's back here now, and waiting to be painted. I just want to paint the die set, make it look nice. And I got this one done now. This is another little die set. And a matter of fact, you know, these things, I checked them out. These little die shoes, they're worth about $300 new. I went to my machinery place I go to, and I bought these for $25 a piece. And he's got tons of them there. I'm thinking about buying them on eBay. They go for like $100, $150, half price, which is kind of crazy. But anyway, I got the die done for, now I'm going to cut, this is the longest spring, 7 inches. You put it in here, and there's a pin right here. And that goes on that pin. Bada boom. Take it out, turn it around. It's a manual, but it'll do the job. And what it's going to do is, here's a sample right here of the slot. And that's so to allow for the, matter of fact, here's all of the springs. You see, cuts the 3, and like I said, it cuts them in different lengths, all from the same center. Okay, so now we're going to cut them. Now we're going to do this one. I'm going to plug it in. It's still on the plug. What the heck, you know, pardon my butt. Anyway, there we go. And here we go. You ready? I got my helmet on today. Bingo. Pick it out. There it is. Turn it around. Make sure it's on the pin. Bingo. That's the first one. You witnessed it. That goes here. Now we take this one. This is the next one in the progression. That goes on the pin. Wow. See that? It knocks everything down. There's a lot of vibration. Pretty hard punch to do. Bang. Okay. Oh, that's right, because I have three 7-inch ones in there. I got to do them all. Wow, man, that thing's pounding all over the place. Okay, that's the 3 7-inchers. That's the top leaves. Of course, I'm going to get this all set up where this don't happen all over the place. That's the 3 top ones. Now we're going to do the next one. This is going to have a different slot in it. Okay, it's only a part one. Now, some of the manufacturers, and I ain't going to mention people because everybody thinks that's another thing I want to talk about in a while. I'm copying somebody. Well, you know, my friend John Buckwalter down in Florida said that's free enterprise. That's the way it is. I don't know if I'm going to make them cheaper, undercut them, or what. I'm going to give a fair price. And I figure I'm doing a service. But anyway, some of the guys, they make a slot like this, and some of the questions that were come up with said, well, those kind of spring things, they have a tendency to slide off the end. But if they're captivated like this, they can't. So you see, that's why I'm going to make, of course, I'll make the little castings on the end. Put this in on the pin. Bingo. Okay, now the next one. Put that in, see what happens. It's going to be shorter and shorter each time. Okay, a little shorter. Oh, this one, that's right, because I got 2 of the same length. Okay, now, this is going to be shorter. Should be. Yeah, see, it's only a half of one. And then the next one probably ain't going to have any at all. You can hear the difference in the press. The press doesn't strain as much as that, but boom. I guess I got 2 of these too. These are 6-inch ones, I believe. Because you figure that's the spacing on where the hangers are going to go is 6 inches, and that's half a slot. Okay, now this one here may get some. I don't know, but we'll try it and see what happens. Just a pinch. Okay, and then of course, let's see. The next one won't have any, so you don't have to bother with it. But that's it. Unplug this beast. That's it. Now, we'll put them back together. There's a bolt. Start off with this. Now, there is a certain amount of curve to it. This one's slightly curved, just slightly. So you put the curve going up. Now, possibility I might take the very top leaf and curve it so it's about like that. About like that. So that when you put it together, it puts a little bit of tension on there. I don't know if it's needed. We'll see. You can tell right away if you got the curve wrong. See now that one's going wrong. You see? Look. See the gap in the end? There's a gap in the end there. So turn it around. And you see, before I put it on, I'll check it this way. Yep, goes that way. Okay, there's the top three. There's the next one. Next one. Next one. That's going the wrong way. You want the curve, obviously, to go up. I can't tell. Okay. And then this one. Okay. And then you put all these on. Put these on. There it is, a completed leaf spring. And now you see it goes all the way down, so your hanger, what could I use to show you? Well, I'll just use this. The hanger comes up through and hangs down, and of course your pin will go through here. It'll be a little seat on here that I'll make, lost wax casting, that'll hook over the end. And the reason why it hooks over the end is so that it can't possibly slide down, because the slot is bigger than it needs to be. It's longer and bigger because it has to be, because when the thing flexes at all, it's got to have a little bit of a movement in there. It can't be that tight. Now the slot is 1/4 of an inch wide, and so 250. I'm going to make the model for the hanger, sword hanger, whatever, the hanger. I'm going to make that 250. So now they're going to shrink. It's going to shrink probably 20 thousandths. So that'll be enough clearance there, and I want it as thick as possible so that it's got to hold a lot of weight and everything. And it'll probably be somewhere in the neighborhood of about 9/16 in length, this way, flat ways. And of course the pin going through, that'll be nice and hefty. And the cross part where the pin's going to go, all of them will be 3/4 inch. I'm going to make one model, and then you have to modify it smaller for the different widths. So for the different width springs, so it's 5/8 and then some of the others. Now, I just got some requests on the Chaski for an Allen Mogul, two requests for Allen Mogul springs. Now, I don't know if Gene Allen sells them or not. And if he does, okay, buy them from Gene Allen. I'm not going to undercut him. Somebody said $68 a set. That seems kind of cheap. I'm thinking of a spring like this, I'm going to just wild guess, just the spring itself punched with the slots like this, around $30, $35. So is that bad or what? You need 6 of them, say for a Pacific 70, 6 sevens, 4, whatever that is. 6 times 7, no, it'd be 6 times 3, 180, roughly around $180 to $200 for a complete set. Now that's pretty reasonable. I think that Railroad Warehouse sells them a little bit more than that, but hey, whatever, you know. I'm trying to provide a service. If you think I'm undercutting people, or do you think I'm copying people? Well, like I mentioned something in a Chaski post that the battery, okay, the die-hard battery, whatever, Sears battery. Sears makes a battery. Interstate is another battery. Delco makes a battery. Somebody else makes. They're all batteries. They're all 12 volt batteries that go into a car. So when you break down, your car needs a new battery. What do? I have to have a Ford battery, or I have to have a Chevy battery. You buy whatever battery. So you buy whatever springs. Buy them from me. Buy them from the other guy. Free country, free enterprise. John Buckwalter said that's a good way to put it. So that put that to bed. That guy's just jealous. That's all it is. It's all jealousy. He wants triple valves. Well, it cost me a lot of money to make them triple valves. I'm not going to make them. I'm not going to make them. I'll make them for me. Anyway, that's the springs, and I'm excited about it. They look awesome. They just look awesome. Now about the about the going back to the the Allen Mogul springs I was talking about. They need to have a hole in the end. Now I can do that right with this, not with this punch, but the one over there. I can make a little adapter that allows the spring to go over the pin and boing, punch a hole. Now he says 7/32. Well, this is a 200 thousandths hole. Clearance for 1032 bolt. That'll work. I'm not making nothing special. The springs for the Allen Mogul, the largest one was 4 3/4. I don't have a way to make 4 3/4. The die's already set in half-inch increments, half-inch lengths, inch and a half, 2, 2.5, 3. And you could use the 4 3/4 size, you could use 5-inch. So it's 1/8 of an inch longer on each side. That doesn't make no difference. Truthfully, you don't get that much springing out of them. I put this in the arbor press, and I started to pump it down, and it started to bend a little bit, and it didn't even show anything on the gauge. So they'll work fine. And if you need more, you just add more. But this will be for any Northern, Pacific, Atlantic, any large drivered engine. This is the size you want, the K4. That's what size they used. I use it in a K4. So there you have it. Springs are coming. Safety valves are going to be coming. I'm going to mention it again. Couplers. They're going to be coming soon. Okay, well that's the punch press. I didn't know whether or not this would handle this 4 tons. I calculated, the good old machinery's handbook said it would take, just to punch the hole, 0.8, not quite a ton. So I got 4 tons. So the way this works is, the other one, it punches the hole first. Then the hole is like a 1/16 longer, the punch, than this cutter. So now, as it still comes down, and the cutter's got a little bit of a what's called shear, it's 2-degree angle on it, so it slices rather than boom. This one has a 1-degree shear. It slices rather than punch. It takes some pressure off the punch. The pin, the punch pin, acts as a dowel pin to stop the thing from sliding, so it doesn't change. Because if it cut first, it would move around. So the punch acts as a little bit of a dowel pin, kind of the locator, and then cuts them off. So there you have it. Wanted to make one of these for many years. I had one. My dear friend Paul Culp built one, but it got lost to the shuffle. And quite honestly, nothing against Paul, but it was a little bit on the weakish side. It did have the robust punching steel, no problem, plain steel. But punching is 1095, by the way. It's 1095, 47 Rockwell. And it's blued. You don't have to harden it. It's already done. That was the objective. No hardening. No extra work. Well, send me your orders. We'll fill them as best we can. I got a little bit more to do. I've got to make the other parts, and I got to make a carousel or Ferris wheel, or whatever you want to call it, to hold the coil of the spring stock, and that feeds out. Of course, we're just going to feed it by hand. We don't have to have it sit there automatic. I hope you like my videos. I hope you like the quality now, the new high definition, nice and clear. I'm using lights there. I got lights up here. I got all this stuff and making it fancy. So we'll be seeing you soon on the next video. Thanks for watching. And it's near Christmas, so have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. That's it.